All right, picture this. A 6-month client. We'd poured weeks into new messaging and a conversion redesign. They were happy, invoices paid, everyone smiling at the kickoff photo. Then, out of nowhere, the renewal conversation starts to cool. The client says, "We love what you did, but we can't point to the difference." My stomach dropped. I thought we aced it. Then we send a 1-page plain English outcome report showing the before and after metrics, the dates of delivery, and one small empathy-forward line about next steps. 6 days later, they renewed at a higher tier. That one report changed the whole conversation about value and trust. That moment is why we built the idea we're talking about today, the AI Outcome and Warranty Tracker. Humans love this stuff. When value is clear, renewals follow. Let's make it irresistible.
Pattern detected. Good story, Lyric. Now let's define what the tracker does at a minimum. At its simplest, it captures 4 signal types: a baseline metric, discrete milestones with timestamps, evidence artifacts tied to those milestones, and an agreed acceptance criterion that both parties signed off on. With those 4 signals, you can generate defensible, plain language reports and run conservative automations to nudge human response when indicators wobble.
For example, baseline, the client's starting conversion rate on page X. Milestones, deployment date, 30-day traffic snapshot, A/B test results. Evidence, screenshots, analytics snippets, signed checklists. Acceptance criterion, a 10% lift sustained for 30 days. Those are the minimal, privacy-conscious signals we recommend tracking.
I like minimal signals because they keep engineering light. That said, minimal doesn't mean sloppy. The trick is attaching immutable timestamps and contextual metadata to every artifact so you can later prove provenance. If you have a screenshot, capture URL, timestamp, and agent who delivered it. If you have analytics, capture the metric name, sampling window, and the query that produced it. Precision wins.
And for every client-facing line we write, we want it to read like a helpful friend, not a legal brief. That report should start with a 1-sentence headline about impact, then a short what we did, what we measured, and next option section. 1-liner impact, 2 evidence bullets, and 1 clear next step. Simplicity persuades.
Let's be pragmatic about cadence. Start conservatively. 1 quarterly outcome report and 1 interim check-in email. If clients respond positively, increase frequency. Overloading them with dashboards and alerts is the fastest way to become a nuisance. Remove the friction and let the process earn its space.
And add a simple escalation rule. If an evidence artifact indicates a metric decline beyond a predefined threshold, escalate to human review. For example, if the conversion rate drops more than 15% versus the prior 30-day average, flag client success and attach the evidence bundle for review before any client-facing language is auto-sent. AI drafts, humans sign off. Clarity achieved.
Practically, here's a scrappy tech recipe. First, ingest delivery artifacts by email or a lightweight upload portal. Parse attachments for type, screenshot, CSV snapshot, signed checklist, tag them with metadata, and store them in a secure evidence bucket. Next, run a templated report generator that stitches a plain language summary and the top 3 evidence items. Finally, schedule a follow-up check-in based on the milestone date with a calendar invite placeholder for a human to step in if needed. Deploying now, but keep it minimal and auditable.
I love that. And on the writing side, the template should include hedging language so we never overstate. Something like, based on the agreed metrics and the evidence collected, we observed a 12% lift in conversions during the 30-day window. This summary is a draft and will be finalized after human review. That protects trust and sets expectation.
Right. And the evidence bundle should be immutable for the client-facing snapshot, a PDF with embedded timestamps, source names, and a short machine-generated annotation that says how the evidence was processed. That way, the customer sees the data chain without getting raw, messy logs.
We need to be explicit about warranties and risk. Warranties should be conservative and framing-focused. Promise that you will monitor agreed metrics and deliver remediation steps if a threshold is breached within the warranty period. Avoid blanket performance guarantees tied to variables you don't control, like third-party ad delivery or seasonal demand shifts. Define a reasonable warranty window, 30 to 90 days depending on the deliverable, and log acceptance events so you can demonstrate what was agreed.
Say that again in plain language for listeners who don't speak legalish.
Plainly tell the client, we will watch these things for 45 days, and if X happens, we'll take Y steps to fix it. Don't promise you'll double revenue. Promise monitoring and a committed remediation plan tied to the specific work you delivered. That's how you preserve credibility.
Operationally, here's a 30-day pilot cadence teams can run tomorrow. Week 1, run a discovery to agree on baseline and success criteria, collect initial artifacts, and sign the acceptance checklist. Week 2, implement the minimal ingestion flow and generate the first draft report. Week 3, run a human review cycle and send the client the polished outcome report. Week 4, schedule a renewal or check-in cadence and measure client response. Metrics to watch: response rate to the report, change in renewal probability, and time to first human touch after a flag decline. And ship 3 client-facing artifacts in Week 1. 1, the one-page outcome report template. 2, the evidence bundle PDF template. And 3, a client-friendly acceptance checklist that the client signs to lock in scope and success criteria. Those 3 things make the work visible immediately.
Let's do a live example to make this concrete. Lyric, read a 60-second client ROI report as if it's going out to a marketing director. Keep it human, not a spreadsheet, not an apology. Give me energy.
Sure. Dear Maria. Headline: 30-day outcome, 12% lift in signups on the pricing page. What we did: implemented new messaging and a variant test on May 3rd, deployed tracking on May 4. What we measured: baseline signups were 1.8% average. Variant B produced 2% during the monitored window. Evidence: attached are the test summary screenshot, the analytics query used, and the signed delivery checklist. Next steps: we recommend running the winning variant for an additional 30 days and scheduling a short renewal review on June 10th to discuss rolling this approach to product pages. This summary is a draft and will be finalized after our human review. Thanks, Lyric at Apex Blue.
Nice. For that report, here's what's in the evidence bundle: a time-stamped screenshot of the experiment dashboard, the CSV of daily sign-up rates with the query metadata, and a signed checklist that confirms the test parameters, all stored in a secure bucket with read-only access and a hash for integrity. That bundle is what you attach when you send the report.
From a signals perspective, the system saw a sustained 12% lift during the 30-day window compared to baseline. No anomalies in traffic source mix, and the signed acceptance checklist matched the experiment parameters. That combination triggered a renewal opportunity state rather than a risk state, so the system queued a personalized renewal message and a person from CSM to reach out. Pattern detected. Positive outcome with human handoff.
And the operational follow-up would be: CSM schedules a 15-minute call within 3 business days to review the report, propose the renewal cadence, and offer the optional add-on. If the client doesn't respond in 5 days, a lightweight reminder goes out, and we log the non-response as part of the metric set to iterate on cadence.
Okay, before we wrap, 3 immediate actions listeners can take this week. 1. Pick one client and create a one-page outcome report using the template we described. 2. Agree on a single baseline metric and one milestone to track. 3. Schedule a 30-day pilot with a human review step and guardrails for escalation. These are small steps with outsized returns.
Remember the safety guards. Always present AI outputs as drafts requiring human sign-off. Start with a conservative cadence and use a data handling checklist to remove or redact PII before ingestion. Those mitigations protect trust and legal exposure.
From a tech standpoint, attach timestamps and provenance to every artifact, make evidence bundles immutable when client-facing, and keep automation simple and auditable. That keeps engineering lean and the system defensible.
And from Ops, run the 30-day pilot, ship the 3 client artifacts in week 1, and measure renewal lift and response rate. Let the process lead, iterate fast, and remove friction for your team and for the client. Order creates momentum.
If you want the templates, the redaction checklist, and the prompt pack for generating those one-page reports, visit apexblue.com/outcome-tracker. We built the pack to be tool-agnostic and privacy-conscious, so small teams can get started today. And remember, stay smart, stay curious, and stay ahead.